So here we are at the New Media Expo 2008, the fourth annual version of this great expo, which every year has got a different name. And I'm here with the founder and main organizer, with Tim Bourquin. Hi, Tim.
Hi, thank you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How are you feeling on this first day?
You know what? The first day is a little more stressful, but everything seems to be going along smoothly. Attendees are happy and the exhibitors are happy. So if that's good, then I'm happy too.
Okay, so it took how long to organize this?
A year. I mean, we start planning the day after the one before. So, we have 5 sessions that go on at once in the keynote or in the meeting rooms for 3 days. We've got the exhibit hall and the sessions back there. So it really does take a full year to organize the whole thing.
And so this year it's the New Media Expo. Last year we still had podcasting in that. Explain that to me.
Well, we thought it was a little bit redundant. I mean, podcasting has become just a form of new media now. So it was a bit like calling it the book and publishing show. And so we thought, well, let's just put the umbrella in that covers it all very nicely and call it New Media Expo. And for a lot of people too, podcasting still means audio only. And about half of the people here at the show this year are all about video too. So we thought New Media Expo defines podcasting and it defines online video. So we're going to go with that name, and that's what it's going to stay now from here on.
So actually what you're telling me is that new media is a sort of umbrella, a new way of communicating with each other where more and more tools will be covered under this umbrella.
Well, I think, I saw somebody the other day that was saying that email was new media. And that's a little bit of a stretch for me because email's kind of old. But I would say anything that is online media that is independent production is new media. Now, that's not to say that like ESPN or NBC can't do new media as well, but it's come to kind of mean independent, a smaller firm that is creating content that is for a niche audience, and that's what it means to me.
So if we look at this last year, what do you think is the main revolution, the major change in new media or major step forward?
Well, I think, over the first couple of years, it was all about the very basics of how do you create an RSS feed and how do you do recording on a budget. But I think people have been doing it for a few years now, and so it's all about, now what do I do? I've grown an audience, I have a loyal audience, maybe they have several thousand listeners. How do I get to 10,000 listeners or 20,000 listeners? How do I go to that next step? I know a lot of people have kind of plateaued, they've done all they can, but they're coming here to find out, okay, what's next? What do I do to really jump it up to the next level? And so audio podcasters are trying video for the first time. Video podcasters are seeing what else they can do with their content and expand their brand. And to not just be a video podcast, but maybe they do several shows, or maybe they go out with partnerships and try and get higher distribution. So I think people are beyond the basics now, and they're looking for ways to really increase the quality of their show and grow a bigger audience.
Mm-hmm. And if we look at more from a technical point of view, like the technical developments of the last year, what to you is the one that comes to you first, that is to you the most important development of this year?
Well, 2 things, I think. First of all, is there are a lot more people using live video on their cell phone, which everybody had talked about for a long time, but finally the services are available out there and the phones are out there. It's very common now to have a video camera in your phone. So those services have really exploded. But I think also the video cameras for regular video production, you can get a $2,000 video camera now that used to cost $20,000, and you can have that same quality. So the pricing is coming down so much that really, truly, it's come a time where anybody can create video that looks as good as anything on the Discovery Channel or NBC on TV. So it's not about the cost anymore of getting the tools. It's about how do I use those tools to the best of my ability, and learning how to do that to create really compelling stuff that people are going to watch for a long time.
So high quality hardware for a profitable, acceptable price.
For a lot less money. And so anybody can do it now, which is fantastic.
And when we then look at, if it all happens on the internet, let's be honest. So if you look at the internet, what to you is looking at platforms, looking at software applications, looking at services, what is there on that area? What do you think is there the most, important development there?
So before, everybody, when they were posting their videos on YouTube, you were branding YouTube. You were helping YouTube to increase their audience. So now there are companies like Vidler, who's here, you can brand the entire player. It's your logo, it's not the YouTube logo, and you can really build a brand and build traffic that comes back to you. So you're building your own company brand. You're not helping a platform to grow. You want to help your own show to grow and get more viewers. And so I think it's all about personalization and being able to spread your videos out and you spread your audio all over the internet, so no matter where it's consumed, you're building your own personal brand.
And let's talk a bit more about the show itself. What's the main difference there? What's different from last year?
Well, the biggest place, we're in Las Vegas for the first time.
It's true.
We've been in Southern California for the first 3 years, and we really felt it was time to kind of take our show to the next level and really attract a global audience, which it was last year, but even more so this year. Having you guys here is great. You were here last year, though, but even more so international. And then from around the country, we've got like 42 states and 36 countries represented here over the next 3 days, which is fantastic. And Vegas is, of course, where they have CES, biggest trade show in North America, and NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters show. And we thought it would be good to have it in the same area to say, look, this is a real industry now. They're very serious people about creating their content, and having it in Las Vegas, says that we're all serious about this.
Yeah, because also in the exhibit hall, if you look at the companies participating, that are not just small unknown firms.
No, right. For this year in Vegas, we have Sony for the first time, and Microsoft with the Zune is here for the first time as well. So I think having it in a real trade show city and not kind of out in the middle of nowhere has helped with that. And I think it's helped for the attendees too.
And how many attendees are there this year?
We'll have about 2,000 over the next 3 days. I'm very superstitious about it all. I don't ask what the actual number is until the very last day, because I always feel like if the moment I ask, that's the last person that's coming in the door. So I always wait till the end, but we're on track for about 2,000.
Okay, Tim, I want to thank you very much for this interview. We're excited to be at this show again. It's actually, to be honest, one of the things that we look forward to, and we hope you can continue delivering what you've done so far. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you next year.